So I'll put a point into volition. I can revert the points. So now I have 2 in volition. So if I revert it, yeah, I get the points back. Okay. Okay. Alright, okay. That makes a lot more sense now in terms of how the game can work. It's you level up and you can adjust these skills as much as you want up to the limits that are available. So for example, volition will be capped at 2 forever, unless I find like drugs that might increase it. But I can swap them around if I need to try a check that's a lot higher. Okay. Well, for the purposes of trying to play the game, I'm going to keep everything into volition and maybe endurance to begin with. Only a few. Oh. Interesting. So this is the list of all the checks. The ones that are white are available to try now. Okay. So this is just a list of the different ones I can do. I can't actually select them to get a bit more info about them. Alright, well, yeah, I'm just not going to get the volumetric shit compressor thought, but oh well. So back off.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Let's inspect the belt.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt. Big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Why would they use something like that? Is it just to make sure it doesn't break? Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so. Then again, what do I know? I don't even know what an airship is. My brain's telling me it.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it. They sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring. How did they even get him up there? Well, I guess we are assuming that dock workers did it.
I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You?
It makes sense, believably mundane. I feel like it was something else. Don't ask me, I'm just lumbering from one moment to the... yeah, I guess the point of them using the reinforced belt is to send a message of, you know, don't go against the crowd. Makes sense, believably mundane.
70% of the cases I get are just filling in the blanks on the initial report. This belt worries me.
Yeah, they wanted him to stay up there.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to cut through it, are we? How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Did they climb up using the kid's ladder? Point to the one at the side of the tree. But surely it's a kid's ladder, it wouldn't hold their weight.
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
That makes sense.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
Alright, back off.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Look at that tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
The map of the night sky. Is this a microelectronic system? Is it a national pattern? I feel like it's more likely to be a microelectronic system, because what meaning does the night sky map have to them? It could be national pattern, but I'll ask, is it microelectronic?
I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were. But it's not quite complex enough, is it?
Okay.
It doesn't seem familiar from the insides of any radio computer your mind can imagine. The somewhat organic lines remind you of old filament memory units, but not quite. No, you're nowhere near right.
I'm missing something here.
So am I.
A sudden ringing fills the air as the lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm.
So he's packing.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that? Let the lieutenant work. Well, he knows that I don't remember anything, so what's that?
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
So my encyclopedia should be able to figure that out for me.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
But they've never seen it before.
An instant color camera.
He produces 2 metal-capped ampoules and clips them into place on the side of the apparatus. A thin slot
I
shines.
have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting. Then, Kuno's going to interrupt it. So, yeah, he's only got 2 ampoules.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
Instant color camera.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool machine, what do we need this photo for? Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
So the real question is, how do we get more? What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell or say nothing. Might as well.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
He hands up the rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Okay, but I can't do the inventory yet because I'm still looking at the body, so let's look at him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Inland Empire, tell me, who are you, dead man? Or back off. So, it's a check of 11. I've got a roll of 2. What is Inland Empire? So, dreams in waking life. Good for paranatural investigators. It animates the inanimate. You'll have conversations with clothing. So, obviously, we're going to have a conversation with him. I don't think... I suppose we'll check. So, I currently have 2 Inland Empire. So... Oh, hang on. 2 Inland Empire. That's from the level I put into Volition, right? No, I've got something else. Okay. Alright, so I can't revert out of here. Right, so it's 28% with a score of 2.
The corpse looks right through you as
We'll
you
come back to
distance
that.
yourself from
Oh, it
its
actually
stench.
puts it on the
Eyes
top level
like a
menu.
shark.
That's good. Alright, squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration?
Let's observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink, thighs too. Stop, relax your eyes. Why do I need to relax my eyes? Oh, it's because I'm squinting and I'm doing it for a long time. Okay. So, thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Relax your eyes.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead. I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored. Cover your nose, something's coming out of him. He's beaten up, see the bruises. Back off and catch your breath again. So I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored. Right, but that would that not be caused by the hanging itself? Something's coming out of it.
The pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
Okay.
The fuck he's saying?
Shut up, Kuno.
Talking about shit.
We got lucky. Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death. Goddamn right, I'm a... And turn around and yell. Why did we get lucky? Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death. Oh, we got lucky because he hasn't emptied his bowels as part of dying here. Went to the toilet?
Maybe.
He doesn't want to dwell on it. I think he was upright. Now let's talk about the bruises.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Yeah, throwing rocks.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
Coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Okay, I'm sure that's a slur of some kind, but I'm not sure what it's referring to. Anyway, he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed. Especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
You would still like the hypostasis marks in the neck to be a bit more pronounced.
For some reason, my brain would like the pink to be more pronounced, especially in the neck. Seems like a lynching to me. But it still be he was moved after death. Maybe he was strangled by some. No, we're being upfront with Kitsuragi, so my brain would like the pink to be more pronounced.
Maybe it looks faint to you? It could be more pronounced, actually. Dumont noté.
Could it be he was moved after death, and maybe he was strangled by some? Maybe he was strangled.
Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Alright, but
Agreed.
then if we go
You
through
would
the
still
other
like the
section,
hypostasis
could it be
mark.
moved?
There's always a chance. We should
Okay,
check
we
for
just-
ligament marks on his
Alright,
neck to see
back
if
up
they're
and
in
catch.
tune with
No,
the
I
belt.
think he's dead.
I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that, and it ended seven days ago. No, better not to say that. Too heavy. Totally. This Buster's not coming back. Deady dead, dead, dead. What is dead anyway? Let's not say that. Too heavy.
Sure, the corpse looks by, oblivious. Black decay liquid drops from his knee to his boot.
Alright, let's back off and catch our breath.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
So how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
Okay, let's step back and have another look first.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched
So I want
pink
to see
and blue.
if Inland Empire being at 3 makes a difference to this check, because it's a white check, so it might change if he's down. Let's leave. So then go to the items we've got. Sorry, not the items we've got. To the levels we've got. Oh, hang on. Ah, I can't revert this. Okay. I think what that means is that on the initial level up, I can put points into different things, and if I decide not to do that, then I can change it, but only on the initial level up. So I can't take this point of volition out. Okay. That kind of lines up a bit better with what I thought it would be the case, because otherwise you could kind of, well, do what I was thinking, which was to save scum it and change the points around up to the maximum that you can do, obviously, but no, you can't do that. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So then we've got, well, we've got a lot of tasks. Still only 12:30. In game at least. So in terms of thoughts, yeah, I'm definitely not going to get that thought anymore. Right. Let's make a save. We did a few things. I think the next thing I will try is going to the car. And I want to see if I go through the lever stuff again with holding the handles, whether I take morale damage again. So, let's see.
Before use, vapor
We know it's
this
the
must-
car.
In the
Open
cabin,
the
you are
door.
welcomed by a set of steering levers, a scent of leatherwork and
So
heavy
we'll pull out the
metallic
toolbox,
what you
get
need.
all the tools,
useful for opening the
take
handle.
the chain
You can do good.
cutters, take
It's
the
right, lets you
flashlight,
see. The
pull
pull-out
in the
toolbox
toolbox,
slides back as you
open the gauge, doesn't say
Translation.
anything.
We're not going anywhere. Right
Run the
now.
fingers
The
over the
lights,
levers.
Your fingers waste no time. The
How are
smell
you, my
of
friend?
good, cherished and
Okay.
cared for in the hands of a tending owner.
Why does Where Have You Been do morale damage?
At the bottom of the sea.
What?
So strange. The machine is not on the bottom of the sea at all. It's right in front of you, well kept. Why did it say that?
Okay, so that just did morale damage to me. There was no hint that that was going to be something that would cause me damage. The car said to me, well, let's look at interfacing specifically. So, lets you connect with machines. Why bother talking to people when you can talk to machines? I don't understand why that does damage. That's totally innocuous choice. Okay, do I know how to operate this
You
machine?
feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanics.
Does it mean I know how to pilot it?
After a while, you realize silence is your only answer. Do what you will with it.
Release the clutch and squeeze it again.
Of course it's only in your head. Of course it is. But it almost feels as if the clutch handle is gently squeezing back.
We're holding hands. Alright, release the clutch.
The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside the drivetrain, the disc is mated to the flywheel again. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox.
Alright, so just before we do the radio, I want to see. I'm going to make a separate save, so 2242. I want to know, does
Inside,
going
you see a set of
through
steering levers, a
the
radio
Where Have
microphone.
You Been
The white
prompt
suede feels
do
your
more
fingers
damage
waste
to
no
me?
time closing around.
Where have you been? It does! Wow. Huh. So, I have to do this prompt here. And I think what's happening is the color of the prompt is highlighting the thing that killed me.
Despair creeps into you,
Yeah.
getting fat on your weakness. You're still coming up with
Alright,
sentences. That's a
no
step
one
up.
even likes cops.
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the receiving end of so much distrust and outright hatred.
Nothing you can say.
Alright,
Cop
so
gives up
again,
the
same thing.
detective.
Okay, well. Alright. So. I have to be really careful with these choices. If I'm at low volition, low morale and low health, anything I do might just kill me.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Alright,
A
let's pick
pull-out
up the
tool.
radio.
The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Oh, it's Alice. Hello.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
Come in, dispatch. Come in, dispatch. Come in, Delta 10. This is Firewalker. Copy. Hi, Alice. This is the officer from the 41st precinct speaking. Nice to meet you. Let's just be normal, shall we?
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. You wonder what the lieutenant's default radio station is.
Could you connect me to the 41st precinct? I have something I need to report. I was told I need to connect to my station, the 41st Lazarus. I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder. Could you run a serial number from a pair of armored boots for me? Ignore Alice and press the button labeled saved, and I've none of the radio. Let's talk about this. The 41st Lazarus.
It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voices fade out into the familiar radio static.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Just a routine checkup. I was told to call the Lazarus. People are worried about me. I'm in a bad way, Doc. A real bad way. Let's go. People are worried about me.
Oh, it's you.
Is unpleasantly surprised. You know who I am? I think I've developed extreme photosensitivity. I think I've had a heart attack. I've lost my memory. All of it. Isn't there anything you can do? I guess that's it for now. So, let's just say straight off, I've lost my memory, all of it.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
You're not surprised? Okay. Anything else?
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
Yeah, I can change my ways.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
Yes, he doesn't care.
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me.
Sure, but can you tell me about myself, as in who I am?
Oh, you are? You lost your human visage a while back. Now let's get on with it. I've got more important things to do.
Can you not just give me a straightforward answer? Alright, I think I've developed extreme photosensitivity.
That's because you're hung over. Even the radio waves coming from your direction smell like liquor. Do you feel like your eyes are twitching too?
Yes.
That's the tiny vessels pulsating from high blood pressure, stupid officer. You might be sustaining permanent damage to your vision as we speak. Not much I can do about it. I'm not an eye doctor.
But what kind of doctor are you then, if you're not an eye or a brain doctor?
The busy kind. It's not life-threatening, just annoying for you. I've got more important things to do here.
That's permanent damage to my vision. How is that not? I guess it might not be life-threatening.
It certainly does not help with aiming.
I think I've had a heart attack.
And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile?
Yes.
Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life.
I don't know how old I am, though. Right, isn't there anything you can do for me?
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body?
Yeah, kinda. Yes, I want the truth. No, that doesn't sound like something I can handle right now. I see your point. Might as well just get back to work. Oh, Does knowing the truth do morale damage? I want the truth.
You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime.
Okay. So he's referring to me as a rock star, and you could have started the game thinking of yourself as a rock star.
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mactorson.
I've got no idea what those are.
It's not fucking cryoactylate. It's super glue, Doc.
So he can hear all this?
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
Yeah. Alright, I guess that's it for now. Ooh. 30 XP. Nice.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Okay, can you connect me to the 41st precinct? So the 41st Lazarus is the doctor, precinct is the station.
Just a second, officer.